And good evening. This is Saga Live Action Arts Class. I'm Dylan Hintz.
I'm Abra Burkett.
That was very self-assured sounding. And we decided we were going to change up the format of the skill development session to be something just a little bit more fast and fun. Furious, fast, fun, furious, and fighting. So tonight's class is going to be primarily taking a lot of the skills that you've learned in the skill development sessions, our basic curriculum, and plugging them in to some fight choreography templates that you can work from at home. And we have a strategy for this. We realize you might not have a partner to work with. We realize you might be all alone. We're sorry, but you know, we're very fortunate that we have each other to play with whenever we want, and Brett to film us to do these crazy things.
Thank you so much, Brett. We really appreciate you.
We are very lucky to have our producer, videographer, director, cinematographer, etc., etc. But while we understand your limitations are unfortunate, we want you to know that a big part of fight choreography is practicing on your own time anyways.
Got your back.
So, as somebody that had to learn a bunch of fights for Six Flags America recently, did you just only practice them at the park?
No, I did not only practice them at the park, I also practiced them on my own.
Where?
In my room.
Where?
In Maryland?
No, I mean like at your home, in your house.
Yes.
Alone at your house at home.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So all we're trying to say, everybody, is that you don't have to be in a class and you don't have to be on a set, and if you learn some choreography and you have to perform it, it's your responsibility to go home and practice it. So when we give you these moves, we're giving you ways of expressing them in a fight choreography fashion, and we're giving you something to play with. One of the great things about Saga Action Art style choreography is that we really love movement. We try not to stand just right there and just do things back and forth. We really do try and get the whole body involved in a lot of the choreography. So if you are doing this at home, even if it's by yourself, we're hoping to give you just a little bit of a workout with some of the dynamic moves that we've included in tonight's choreographed set.
Yes.
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 You can say whatever you want.
Yes, I can, and all I want to say right now is I agree. Yes. This is what we're doing. If you have a sword, please grab a sword. If you have a stick instead, please grab your stick. You can use a stick instead of a sword if that's all you got. If you have absolutely nothing at all, not even a broomstick, grab a hammer.
The hammer is... Let's just get started. If you are in here trying to train with us, we're going to very briefly go over the Saga 9 stick template, which also works for a short one-handed sword. Again, if you're using a blade, in reality, you're not really trying to hack into somebody unless it's a machete, and even then you're trying to pull the cut back a little bit to try and open the wound, or you're trying to thrust and pull out so that you can cut without getting stuck. You don't usually want to be like, and now I'm stuck. We don't worry about that as much in choreography because the audience just needs to know that the thing is coming into space and that the person is defending against it. Sure. And
my sword was pointed down, but right now it's up.
And our major differences are just that either we land the cut and we hold it for a second, or we escape the cut and we go through, or you know, I'll hit the cut and maybe she'll hit it and I'll bounce back. Give me a little bit of force. I'll bounce back for whatever reason. These are plastic swords. They're totally safe. We just paint them up with a Sharpie, and they're based on Filipino blades, probably a bolo or something like that.
Yeah, and we got them in the Philippines.
We got them in the Philippines. They're super durable. They're not going to break. Whatever you use at home, especially if you're working with a partner, make sure that it's not sharp.
Yes.
And make sure that even if it's not sharp, that if it's pointy, you don't actually try and put it into the other person. That is not good. That's about the only disclaimer that I want to give. Otherwise, do it at your own pace. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go through the 9 basic angles of Saga Action Arts from the Saga 9 template. So, Abra, would you like to lead this time?
Sure.
All right.
Angle 1, shoulder to hip. Angle 2, you're bringing the sword up to your other shoulder, shoulder to hip. Angle 3, you're turning the sword facing the other way around. Your palm is up, and you're going hip to shoulder. Angle 3, angle 4, other way around, hip to shoulder from the left. Now you're taking the sword down, flipping it behind you, and going horizontally for angle 5. Angle 6, flip it behind you, you're closing. Angle 6. Angle 7, Feet come together, as Dylan likes to say, you're stapling the sword to your hip, which is always such a weird concept, and stepping forward while thrusting the sword forward. Angle 8, you're going to come back into this kind of cat stance, if you will. Bring the sword up as though you're blocking, and then make this circular motion for angle 8, all the way down through the head. It's a head cut. Angle 9, you are starting from the left hip, and you're just coming up through the groin. All right, let's go again. This time we're just gonna go fast through it, or more fast.
Yeah, let's just go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more time. Or probably like 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So, from your right shoulder, angle 1. From your left shoulder, angle 2. From your right hip, angle 3. From your left hip, angle 4. From your right side, kind of coming outside of your hip, angle 5. From your left side, angle 6. Step back, bring everything together. It's like a balestra. Angle 7, and once you want to go into angle 8, you pull back with a high guard, turn the blade over, chop down for 8, turn your hips back around for 9. Now, we have a couple of other moves that we're going to be putting into this choreography tonight. So while Abra's setting up the computer, and again, this is our first time doing this show, so we're not as used to it, but we have a very organized concept of what we want to do. Yeah. I want to bring out a couple of techniques that are going to be involved in this choreography. For starters, we're going to be doing push kicks. You can do it with either leg, I don't care which one. My preference for doing a push kick in fight choreography is to do the chasse from Savate as opposed to the teep from Muay Thai, just because it's a little bit safer. You can aim with the flat of the foot, pull the knee to your chest, and press out. So, here's where we're going to be next. That push kick, Abra's going to load her leg, and she's going to push into my body. Good. I'm going to load my leg, I'm going to push into Abra's body. We're just going to send these back and forth, so you at home, just go ahead and throw some push kicks in the air. If you've got your weapon ready, you can put it up by your head, you can put it down by your feet, depending if you're doing like the This Is Sparta sort of kick. You can do whatever, just try and chamber that knee, present the bottom of that foot, and push out from your body with your hips. So let's just do 10 back and forth. Abra and I are going to kick ourselves and each other. We're going to kick each other for your viewing pleasure. Ready? Yes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you run that far away, I can't get to you. 8, 9, 10. All right, now the other leg. Ready? So just work 10 times each leg. Ready? Go.
So she needs support.
What? Ow!
Sorry.
Jeez, stop moving so far back. I can't get to you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. One thing I want you to notice is that when I'm trying to kick her, for safety reasons, I'm going to move the tip of the sword off the line. If this was practical application, I'd probably keep it on the line as long as I don't stab myself in the foot. But for the sake of choreography, you can have it back. It's totally fine. At this point, you want the audience to pay attention to the foot anyways. All right, moving on. The second kick that we're going to be doing is going to be a high roundhouse kick. If you can't do it, just throw whatever roundhouse kick height you're going to be comfortable with. This would be similar to a fouette from Savate. So I'm going to basically just pendulum step in. I'm going to let my rear foot touch my lead foot, and I'm going to throw my lead foot as high as I can safely with a snap. So I pendulum in and snap. I pendulum in and snap. I pendulum in and snap. So Abra, why don't we just block each other doing it? You can do the opposite hand for now. Okay. So Abra pendulums in and throws that lead snap kick. I pendulum in and I throw my lead snap kick. We're just going to do 20 of these total. Ready? Let's go. 10 kicks. Go. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. All right, other leg just to warm it up. If you want to, you can switch the weapon hand, or you can keep it in the same hand. You're just gonna have to block a little bit differently. I'm gonna switch hands.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. All right, with all of that, you should have all the basic strikes that we're going to be doing in this template. Now we're going to get into the fight itself. This is a pretty simple one. We just wanted to put some simple moves together. It's going to feel very mirrored at first, which helps you at the beginning to decide which side you want to play as. You can either be the Abra or you can be the Dylan.
You want to tell them who loses?
It doesn't matter.
Some people care.
There's no winners, no losers. It's just fight choreography. Come on. At the top of the fight, Abra's character enters the space. I'm going to run towards her. She's going to kick me in the chest, and I'm going to be bounced out. Abra's then going to step through and throw an angle 1. I'm going to throw my own angle 1 and dip to the side. So at the beginning, it's push kick. She fires her angle 1. What you'll notice is that she's dropping on the cut. So let's just both do that a couple of times towards the camera. Angle 1 with a drop. Angle 1 with a drop. Now as she's doing that, she's dropping forward with the cut. As she's doing that towards me, I'm going to drop to the outside.
I'm on the offensive, he's on the defensive.
So what you'll see is she's coming into my space and I'm leaving the space. So this is almost like a defensive strike. I could be chopping into it a little bit, but really I'm just pulling that skate cut to make some noise, and I'm putting my opponent on line with my blade and still playing towards them. So for me, if you're doing it on my side, and Abra, you can also mirror this too if you want, I'm going to be hopping to the side and pulling down. Hopping to the side and pulling down. We were doing something similar to this in Sifu J.D. Yeager's Kali class last night.
Yes.
I'm pulling to the side and coming down. So again, narratively, Abra's taking the space and I'm leaving the space with our angle 1s. Same move, she's on offense, I'm on defense. Now we're going to add 2 more moves. We're going to add angles 4 and angle 2. Abra fires the angle 1. I'm going to fire an angle 4, so even though I'm low, I'm going to be doing a backhand towards her leg, and she's going to stop it by firing her own angle 4.
And now I'm on the defensive, he's on the offensive, so I'm moving back a bit.
We're both still low on this strike, so I'm dropping low. Now, in order to counter me, she's going to go high and fire her angle 2. So as we're low, she has to rise to fire her next strike, so we get a full body motion out of it. Low, high, low, high. I know that we did a lot of that back in JKD a long time ago. I forget what this one's called, but it's a basic drill.
Yeah, you usually do start with a...
Yeah, a low-high drill.
Lop-teak.
Lop-teak to witty-witty, yeah.
1. Yeah.
I'm just so bad at remembering all the names, folks. But this is the choreography so far. So I step in, Abra fires that push kick, she cuts for me, I drop low, 2, 4.
4-2.
4-2, I am so sorry, I keep getting that confused. So, let's work that through. You can be on the Abra side or you can be on the me side. If you want to take that kick at the beginning, just jump back, jump into the angle 1, stay low, and then you're supposed to come at me for the high. So stay low, come at me. There we go. You have to chase them down, otherwise there's no obvious offense versus defense. We're doing matched angles. We're not doing SAFD horizontal vertical. We are trying to tell the story with the movement of the body, not just the orientation of the blade. Because if we're matching the angles, it's just going to look the same anyways. All right, one more time from the top of that. She kicks me. Boom. 1, 4, 2. There we go. Let's add a couple more moves. From that angle 2. For all the me's in the world, you're going to do a quick hand trap. I'm going to parry her hand down and bring the blade to my shoulder. So I'm going to cross my own body.
It's a simultaneous motion.
Yep, it should be just like that. I could do it but it's gonna feel really forced, so I treat it like a pair of scissors that just close all at once. Now I'm gonna fire my angle 6. For safety, I can go for her arm. For film, I'm gonna have to go towards the plane of her face or her throat. She's gonna use this moment to pull herself out of dodge. Notice how when she pulls, she also pulls the sword back to her hip, and she's getting her head out of the way, just like we've done in the CQC classes. So really fade that head back. Nice little pull, makes it look like the danger's coming right for her. As long as she's moving before this crosses her plane, it's gonna be safe. I just don't have to go fast. So, from the top, she pushes, I go back, angle 1, angle 4, angle 2, trap my angle 6 towards her throat or shoulder, she pulls back. The height of your opponent is gonna change what the target is.
Yes.
So now she's weighted into her back foot, she's got that sword online for me, so all she has to do is pass back in the same direction and fire that 7, and boom, I'm gonna get stabbed because I just opened myself up. So now I'm vulnerable. So she steps through, I do my 7 defense. My nice little wushu foot move. One more time. Excellent.
And that closes me off.
That closes her off. So what we're going to do from there is we're going to throw in our first stacked hit. This is a non-contact hit, although it could be contact depending on what you want to do. Let's go from the angle 2. You're in the hand trap position. Pop. Fire the angle 6. She steps back.
Step
7.
forward.
Kick. That little pendulum move that we were doing. So let's go right from the 7. 7. Pendulum. One more time. 7, pendulum. Now, this is all going to depend on what your feet are doing. If she thrusts at me and I just step back, that's going to be great because now my feet are loaded up and I can just pendulum right into it. If she thrusts at me and I hop back and this foot's still in the lead, then I just have to step out and fire it as a rear leg kick. So it all depends on your footwork, which kick you're going to throw. The last thing I'm going to say is that if you can't kick that high and you are working with a partner, you can kick them on the back of a lat. I don't recommend kicking them in the delts. That's a lot of small muscles that could get hurt. But if you kick them and just bounce right off the lat, they can take that hit. But really try and train if you can to stack through the face so that they have something to react to. And having this pendulum to the swing is going to allow you to fire the kick higher anyways.
Another alternative too, if for whatever reason you do a crescent, but not a...
An inside crescent.
Yeah, an inside crescent kick, but not a...
Just up to down. We don't teach that in Savat as much because the Savat only has the revers going to the outside, but this is a valid technique in a lot of other martial arts. It's just the inside part of your foot coming up and over.
Yeah, same target area.
So from the beginning, let's go from the beginning. I step in, boom, I get kicked back. Abra fires angle 1, I get out of the way. I come in for the angle 2, she comes over for the angle 4. I parry down, close my guard, swing for her at the 6, she comes back, boom, snap my kick. She's now loaded to the reverse. I don't know why I said the reverse, but now she's loaded back. I'm going to come in again as if I'm still trying to hit her. That way I don't have egg on my face. She's going to step through and swing for my belly, and I'm going to do a belly avoid. So again, from the kick, I get to throw a lot of kicks tonight. Boom! Notice what she's doing. She's planting over there. She's not just spinning all the way through. What she can also do, come back for a second, is that when you plant, keep your face sold to the camera. So boom, good. So now she can look over her shoulder, see that I'm coming in, spin through, boom, and I gotta get out of the way. So I'm trying to send energy at her, she's trying to send energy back at me. It's an offensive defense, which I really like. So from 7, back, I did the rear leg, so boom, I'm about to load, she comes back at me and I hop back. And again, this pike out is she swings for my 5. If she keeps it there, I'm gonna get hit, and that's perfect, that's where I want it to be. I want her to swing on true target. My job is to move my belly out of the way and drag my feet a little bit. Hopefully I don't get trimmed on the shirt, but if I do,
Not sure.
This isn't what you would do in a fully costumed show. You'd be at far greater distances, but train the reality, get better at the fake.
It's actually
All right, moving on. Let's finish up this choreography. So Abra throws at 7. I carry it out of the way, snapping kick. She spins through, I dodge. Now, I'm loaded up high. I was gonna cut her anyways. I'm gonna drop that right into her crown. She's gonna block up for her angle 8, catching my hand here, making that awesome cross guard. And now she's going to counter by trying to cut me with her own angle 1. Boom, and I'm gonna block it. So let's come a little bit closer for this piece of choreography. So, from her spin out, just right into that angle 5. Whoop. Give me a little bit more space in that. I fire my 8. She traps. She swings for that next cut. Boom. And I block. I'm going to block on the inside, grab the wrist. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to step in and throw a headbutt to either shoulder. In the case, since the camera's over there, it's going to look better if I cover the shot. So I'm going to, boom, go over that shoulder. And then she's going to wibble wobble back. Finally, I'm going to raise my kick and just send it back to her like she did to me at the beginning. Super duper simple. So here's the full fight. Again, really simple at home. It's only about 14 moves because I added this kick at the beginning.
Yes.
I'm stepping in, kicked. She's cutting. I'm moving out of the way. I cut. She blocks. She cuts. I block. I parry down. I get ready to cut. She avoids. She loads. Boom, fires that 7. I parry it out of the way. I counter with my pendulum kick. She turns, swipes at me. I drop the cut at her. She parries it off. Boom, she fires her shot. We can play core for a second if we want. If we're stacked to the camera, I don't aim for either shoulder. I just aim for dead center, but I don't go as far. Crack! And we get the reaction.
And then you.
All right. Forgot about that part. Usually it's Abra kicking me, so. All right, so let's work this all a couple more times, but let's do it this way. Abra's gonna stand over there, facing this way. I'm gonna stand here facing this way. We're gonna act out the choreography on our own, and you can follow along at home as best as you can. So, Abra kicks me. Boom, I sell back. Abra fires her angle 1. I drop down to the side. I fire my angle 2. She fires her angle 4. I block it. I trap and close. 4 to 2, I'm sorry. Yes. I open my angle 6. She steps back. She comes back at me. 7 block. I pendulum in for my kick. She sells it.
Yeah.
I prep to come in at her. She spins through, swings for my belly. I drop my 8 over her. She parries it off and then swings her own shot. I block that. I pull her in, headbutt. I throw my kick. One more time. Ready? I rush in, boom, I get kicked. She throws her angle 1, I defensively move off the line. I fire my angle 2, on my 4, she fires her angle 2, I block it, parry down to 6, open up to the face, she dodges out of the way. She then thrusts at me with her angle 7, I block it out. Pendulum kick to the cell, she goes away, turns around, swipes at my belly, I move out of the way, drop the 8 cut into her line and she blocks it, parries me off, fires her own 1, I counter grab, headbutt. And then kick. Okay, now talk through your side.
You want to switch to the side around?
Yes. So now Abra's going to be on this side. When you're looking at this video in the future, just go with if it's better for you to work mirroring them or if it's better for you to work with that connect sort of behind the silhouette. Feel free to train in either. Ready?
Yep. Dylan charges in. I do a front kick. Then I come in with my angle 1. I'm low, he's low. He comes in for his 2 or his 4. I block it low. I come in for my 2. He blocks it, he traps it, and he then loads for his 6. He throws his 6. I dodge out of the way. I'm going back. My right leg is back. I'm loaded up for my 7.
My right leg is forward and I'm loaded forward. I'm in trouble now.
I am thrusting with my 7. He is blocking it with his wing
7 block.
Yes. And then he's throwing his roundhouse kick. I'm taking that kick, turning, looking over my shoulder, and coming in with my 5 swipe, basically. And he is evading that. He's coming in with his 8. I'm rising to meet it with my roof block, and I'm trapping on the inside. I'm pulling his hand away, coming in for my 1. He is catching that, and then he is headbutting me. I take it, And then he does a front kick and I take it.
So that's what we've got. That's the fight choreography for tonight. What time are we at, Brett?
We are at 7:27.
Great. So now here's what we're going to do. Abra and I are going to perform this fight a few times. Brett is going to now take the camera off of the tripod.
Off of the tripod!
Off of the tripod, and we're going to look slightly less silly as you get to watch us act out this fight on camera a few times. Hopefully you get to pay attention to us acting to the camera. Oh boy, this is going to be weird. All right, let's start on Abra since she's going to counter kick me.
You're gonna. Okay, yes.
And then I go, ah, and then Brett comes to me. Do 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 do. Oh!
We're gonna do that again?
We're gonna do that a lot again. Okay, let's try it again. Ready? I love how it's just like stop, stop, stop. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Ah!
Ah!
Ah! Yeah! All right, one more time. Let's do it this way. Let's switch so that they can see it from a different perspective, and we'll see how well the choreography looks from this angle. All right, whenever you're ready, Abra.
Well, you have to try to me.
Ah! Oh! You want to go again?
Yeah.
Don't usually call cut on the action if you're the performer, but in this case, I'll allow it.
Thank you.
All right, ready? Let's let Brett say action.
Okay, well, camera's obviously rolling.
Okay.
And action.
Ah! Oh! Oh man. Actually, that looks really cool, Brett. All right, well that's going to be it for tonight then.
And that's our show.
That's our show. If you'd like to leave us any comments, we'd love to hear them. If you'd like to stick around and chat with us, we're not going to do that for this show tonight because we just want to pop this one right through. If you have any questions, please leave them in those comments. In the meantime, this is the new format of the show. We'll be doing it sometimes with swords. We'll be doing it sometimes with sticks. We'll sometimes be doing it with two-handed swords. We have lots of stuff to play with. So maybe you should order some stuff and see what you need to build up your collection at home. If you like this, let us know. This will be uploaded on YouTube very shortly. We want to make sure that everybody has access to this content. It's a lot of fun. We want to build this community. If you like what you saw, share it with your friends. Share it with your enemies. Let our enemies see how we get beat up by each other all the time and break a sweat all the time, right? Yeah.
Also, if you have any questions about this choreography, if anything is unclear to you, let us know. Film yourselves doing it.
Film yourselves doing it. Even if you gotta put the camera in the corner of the room and just prop it up, let's see what you got. Show us what you got, okay? And finally, be sure to check out that YouTube page and hit subscribe. We're only 20 fans away from getting 100, which will help us build up that beautiful YouTube channel with its own special URL. And that's it. I don't really have a whole lot else to say. We hope you enjoyed tonight's Saga Action Arts class, and we'll see you on Thursday for more action.
And more art.
And more Saga. See ya, heroes!